Yo, everybody! Just finished watching the Limo episode of Seinfeld, episode 18 of season 3. My camera's feels like it's at a bad angle. That'll do, I guess. This episode's wacky. What happens is that Jerry and George, or George picks up Jerry from the airport, and so they decide kind of to just take, the people that kind of wait with the sign with the person's name, they decide to take the limo, to get back into the city. And so what really is the case is that O'Brien, the person George is pretending to be, is a prominent neo-Nazi. And so two neo-Nazis come into the limo, and so they're getting directed towards, they're driving towards I can't remember what the center was called, but O'Brien, George, has to give a speech. And since they're neo-Nazis, this is not exactly the most popular thing. So there's a mass crowd outside the center or whatever, and they're ready to beat O'Brien's ass. So you can see how this is wacky immediately. And so Elaine and Kramer are kind of waiting, because Jerry had called, Jerry and/or George, I can't remember which exactly, but it was Jerry. Jerry called them and was like, yeah, we're gonna go to the Knicks game, because that's what they wanted to do. And so Kramer and Elaine were waiting. And eventually they get together, and the neo-Nazis realize that George and Jerry are not exactly neo-Nazis. And at the end, I think it seems that George is set up to look like O'Brien, but he's not really. I think that, not sure if that's actually resolved, but hey, that happened. Like I said, it's a very wacky episode, and it's a very funny episode. It's very ironic, dramatic irony when you go to Elaine and Kramer's parts, because they have no idea what's happening, and you're like, ooh, I know what's happening. They think they're neo-Nazis. But it was just and like the wackiness, it's just a very funny situation, Like, 1 minute, I think I figured out why. There we are, that's better. Yay. But, it's just this funny situation. I don't want to call it dark, but actually it kind of is. It's neo-Nazis, and they get held at gunpoint. Like one of the neo-Nazi girls named Ava. Subtle. Just totally fascinated with O'Brien, aka George. She's willing to do anything. She even says this. So immediately your mind goes to, sex. So she was kind of hot too, so what can I say? Nazis are hot. Ugh. I'm black, so I don't like neo-Nazis. Then again, who does? But I think my favorite part is when, because Elaine and Kramer run into one of Elaine's friends who's going to to protest the neo-Nazi thing, and he's like, "Oh yeah, the Aryan leader's name is O'Brien," and that's when Kramer's like, "Wait a minute," and he does, and it's hilarious because he gets into conspiracy theories where he's like, Jerry's actually O'Brien, and George is in on it too, and the secret lives, the comedians. It's the perfect routine, and my favorite line is, of course, no human can play George. That's a character or something. Damn, I can't remember exactly what the line was, but it was just a very funny, very wacky episode, very enjoyable episode. Not sure how notorious this episode is. I think it doesn't pop up immediately when people think of famous Seinfeld episodes, but as far as this goes, it's a very funny episode and a very noteworthy episode. So, hey, what you gonna do? Yeah. Heil Honey, I'm Home. I remember that. That was a thing. A sitcom about Hitler and Eva Braun. Oh, sitcoms and Nazis. Ugh.